friends, and welcome back to another week here at Grace Doing Things. Firstly, I'm so sorry it's taking me so long to upload this video. Life has honestly gotten in the way. I kind of just started a new job, so everything's been super busy. So yes, I'm very sorry about that. But let's get into this week's video, which is actually part 2 of me trying out some state competition boulders. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check it out. Otherwise, let's get into part 2, where I try the other 2 comp boulders and a little bit more. So without further ado, let's get right into problem number 3.
I was very nervous about this one because it was dynamic, and I think I've done maybe one of these styles of climbs before. Anyway, we'll see. The holds involved include 2 nice crimps and not great footholds, a Jewel-Tex circle in the middle, and a series of long pinch-like holds and very small bad Jewel-Tex feet. It starts on the right, zone is here, and it ends up on the left. Okay, let's give it a go. I can touch it, but definitely not enough power. Okay, a little better. Here I'm trying a static beta just in case somehow I could stay on. Yeah, no, that didn't work out. Getting a bit closer, but gosh, it's so tiring. That was probably my best attempt, but I decided to give this part a rest since getting this move felt quite a long way off. So now moving on to trying the next section. I honestly thought this part would be a little more forgiving, but nope, it felt super strenuous and very tiring. Not sure if you can really see this, but there are these gaps within the pinchy bar holds that only feel good from one side. So it really forces you to pick a side and lay back to avoid falling off. I thought I was doing okay here until I realized that I was using the wrong feet. Turns out I needed to have my feet on the jibs and then lay back to the right instead of the left side. Okay, let's switch it up and give this dyno one more try. Okay, nope, definitely not enough power and definitely fatiguing here. Maybe I'll have a little more luck here. Okay, here I've managed to get my feet to the correct place, but because the foothold is mostly Jewel-Tex, I did not trust my left foot at all, so I just bundled off. Another thing I realized in retrospect is that I really didn't take much rest between these attempts, so that probably didn't help either. This part was definitely super tricky and I needed to trust my left foot on that small Jewel-Tex jib. I think I could either Gaston and slowly bump left, or bump left and quickly catch my right hand in that slot. Either of which options were very hard to do for me. You can really start to tell how fatigued I'm getting just with every attempt. I'm just jumping less and using less power, and this is not what this climb requires. So definitely dying a little bit. I was feeling pretty close on that attempt, just a bit puffed out. Well, we tried, hey. Upon reflection, this climb definitely consisted of all my weaknesses. Coordination dynos, Gastons, and keeping tension on Jewel-Tex feet. Alas, it was a cool climb to try because now I have a little more experience in this style, but I definitely have a long way to go. Okay, moving on to boulder number 4, the final boulder. This looks so cool and scary at the same time just because there are some really giant holds which look amazing, but I'm always not very good in the cave, so we shall see. The holds involved are just all these features except for this giant jug at the very top. it is very steep. It's pretty straightforward, starts on these two features. Zone is in the first golf ball and then ends at the black jug at the very top. Let's go. Here's me just contemplating life because I have no idea where to go or what to hold. Features just confuse me like that. So this whole section, I'm just trying to move to the left, but there are no obvious holds, so I had to internally decide to commit to moving my foot to the left face of the volume and hope that pressing against the first golf ball would work. And it surprisingly did. It didn't feel very comfortable, but I still managed to stay on. Just look at my shoulders. I am really struggling to stay on. Whoops.
Ah, so slippery.
Okay, I'm too tired, so I'm just going to try the climb from the middle section, just to test the next part of the beta out. So here you can see it's supposed to be a right toe where my right hand is, and then you sort of just press off that really high foot and then you kind of press yourself further up the wall. This whole section is just really scary because the bulk of your body feels close to the wall through pushing in, but you're also really not holding anything. You're just pushing and pressing off the very edge of the features. So it really involved a lot of engaging the core. And honestly, if I didn't tense enough, it felt like I could just fall off immediately because it's so steep. It is such a unique feeling of pushing so hard with your toes, but then also going backwards into the next hold, which is not the worst, but it's also not a jug. So yeah, it was really hard for me to stay in that position and at that angle. Plus, I hadn't even done it from the beginning at this stage. Okay, let's try from the beginning. Whoops. Let's try again. Definitely getting very tired. I was getting pretty exhausted at this stage, so I decided to climb up to try the last two moves. And wow, it is not forgiving. Even with the help of the jugs, I was struggling with keeping myself on. It was just so steep and I was very not used to this. So by the time I made it to the last hold, I could only stay on for about 1 second. Honestly, I was just struggling with how steep it was, and yeah, that really tested me and it was super hard. Upon reflection, this climb was definitely really cool and pretty workable, but I could really feel my steep strength lacking here. Pressing yourself against steep wall is just something I'm not very used to, so definitely a really cool experience. I do really enjoy that I could do sort of 3/4 of the climb separately, so I think that over a few sessions with a lot of rest would be more fruitful. But the steepness of the last hold definitely left me short. look. So I think it's something that I would love to practice in the future. And then I tried the men's boulders for fun. Not really sure how much fun I really had, but I was very curious. This red one looked the coolest, and it was the men's finals boulder. It was awesome. So just take a look at the actual live stream if you want to see someone actually send it. But I honestly struggled to even get past the first move. Okay, moving on. This climb, first move is very dynamic, and I was trying not to do that. Obviously, you know how good I am with these types of moves, so not yielding many results here. Okay, obviously very impatient, so I'm jumping right back on this red armadillo climb. I'm really struggling, but that's not that surprising. But still, I could not get past the first move. I was just dying. I also kept trying to use the closer holds to get to that first left jib just to try the climb out, but even they were too slopey at that stage, so I eventually gave up.
I'm dead. I'm so dead.
Okay, moving on to the next problem. This problem is really cool, and of course I can't start it again, so I'm just going to move on to the section that I think I could try. Again, I really like this movement where it's kind of like you get a toe hook and then you're bumping all the way up and your right foot feels funny and you need to go up. Obviously, I couldn't go up, but it was a cool concept, and the beginning beta is actually really cool, but obviously could not do any part of that. Very out of my depth. You can also probably tell that I'm slowly deteriorating in stamina, so I'm just falling off everything, but I just want to try them all at the same time, so yeah. Maybe next time I could try with a little more break. And finally, this slab. Oh my god, this slab. Maybe it was just because I was super tired, but I was very defeated. I couldn't get on any part of it, and nothing felt good, even when I was holding the other holds to support myself and stay on. Yeah, it just didn't work out. I did feel quite defeated, but that's completely fair given that I did try to climb a bit before, and try men's boulders was just way out of my skill level. But I think it's awesome that I even got a chance to try them all out, and it's very accessible, so I definitely really cherished this experience. Comp boulders are just super fun and very challenging, and it really makes you think about how amazing the actual athletes are who compete in these competitions. So much kudos to them, but yeah, it was a really fun experience all in all.
So that was all of the boulders from the state competition. As you could probably tell, I didn't do quite as well as I did in the first video, but that's okay. It's all part of the process. I think that exposing myself to different styles of climbing, including competition climbing, has definitely helped over time. So the next time that I see similar types or styles of boulders, I'll know a little bit more than I did before, and I think that's always really helpful. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and seeing the process. Please let me know in the comments down below which one your favorite boulder was. I really enjoyed the men's final boulder, which is that big armadillo one. That one was really cool to watch, and the concept was awesome. But obviously I couldn't even get past the first part of it, but that's okay. I still thought it was a really cool boulder, so let me know in the comments down below which one yours was. It's been lovely to see you, and I hope that you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!